What if the biggest thing holding your business back isn't a lack of money, but the belief that you need more of it before you can even begin? That's the argument behind the toilet paper entrepreneur. Instead of repeating the usual advice about raising capital and writing massive business plans, this book makes the case that limited resources can actually become your greatest advantage. If that sounds uncomfortably familiar, the toilet paper entrepreneur digs into exactly why it happens, and the link is in the description. Before you can fix a struggling startup, you need to know what's actually causing it. Maybe you're not sure what your business really stands for. Maybe you're trying to sell to everyone instead of someone specific. Maybe you've spent weeks building a business plan that's already collecting dust. Or maybe you're still telling yourself you'll start once you have enough money. If you're trying to build a business instead of just dreaming about one, subscribe, because every week we break down books that challenge the assumptions keeping entrepreneurs stuck. The first domino is conviction. A surprising number of founders spend more time researching markets than understanding why they're building a business in the first place. Then the first setback shows up, and suddenly quitting feels reasonable because there was never a strong foundation to begin with. In the chapter on foundational beliefs and passion, Michalowicz argues that your values and convictions should come before market analysis because they're what keep you moving when business gets difficult. But even founders with a clear sense of purpose often run into the next problem. That's trying to serve everyone. If your answer to "who is this for" is pretty much anybody, your marketing becomes forgettable. People don't recommend businesses they can't clearly describe. In the chapter on narrowing your focus, the book makes the case for deliberately choosing an underserved niche, even if that means some people aren't interested. Standing for something specific is far more powerful than trying to appeal to everyone. If you've struggled to narrow your audience before, let me know in the comments. It's one of the biggest hurdles new founders face. But even a focused business can get stuck if it's buried under unnecessary planning. That's where the traditional business plan comes in. Many entrepreneurs spend months creating documents they never open again, while making daily decisions without any practical guide. Instead of encouraging another 100-page plan, the chapter on ditching the traditional business plan argues for simpler planning tools, a prosperity plan, a 90-day strategy, and daily metrics that actually influence today's decisions. The book introduces the thinking behind those living documents without treating planning as a one-time event. And once that changes, one final obstacle usually remains: the excuse that there's never enough money. Waiting for funding often becomes another way of delaying action, while competitors with fewer resources keep moving. In Bootstrapping and Resourcefulness, Michalowicz argues that constraints force creativity, discipline, and smarter decisions that heavily funded businesses sometimes never develop. The central idea isn't that money doesn't matter. It does, but that resourcefulness is often a stronger competitive advantage than a large bank account. And that's really the heart of this book. No conviction means every obstacle feels like a reason to quit. No focus means your message disappears into the crowd. No usable plan leaves your business drifting day to day. And without resourcefulness, you'll spend years waiting for conditions that may never arrive. The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur explores that entire chain in depth, showing why starting messy often beats waiting for perfect. If you'd like to explore those ideas further, the link is in the description. Thanks for spending these few minutes with me. If this challenged the way you think about starting a business, I'd love to have you back for the next breakdown. Turn on notifications and subscribe if you're interested in more conversations like this.